Have you ever noticed that your eyes aren't as sharp as they used to be? In the morning, when you first open them, the light seems a little dimmer. At night, when you drive, the headlights glare so brightly it feels uncomfortable. Or maybe sometimes, you just want to sit down with a book, but the words blur together on the page. The scary part is, this isn't just your story. More than 40% of Americans over the age of 55 are facing the risk of vision loss. And yet, many people think this is just a natural part of aging and accept it as something they have to live with. But what if I told you there's a natural, simple way to bring back clearer vision without expensive medications and only from ordinary food sitting right in your kitchen? In today's video, we're going to uncover 10 foods that science has proven to be the silent guardians of your eyesight. Not just nutrition, but also real-life stories, practical examples, and even the common mistakes many people are making without realizing it. Before we dive in, let me ask you, do you want to still be able to drive yourself to visit your grandchildren 10 years from now? Do you want your eyes to still be bright enough to read every line of a letter, to clearly see every smile on a loved one's face? If your answer is yes, then this is a video you cannot miss. So, let's begin right now. 1. The silent crisis of aging eyes. As we step into our 50s, the body begins to change in quiet ways we may not always notice. One of those changes happens right in our eyes. The windows to the soul that once were clear and bright, now slowly growing dimmer with time. Macular degeneration, cataracts, dry eyes. They may sound like medical terms out of a textbook, but in reality, these are the very conditions that cause millions of older Americans to lose clarity in how they see the world. I remember my neighbor in Florida, Mrs. Evelyn. She used to love reading novels every evening. But then she noticed the words on the page growing blurrier, and the living room lamp that once felt bright was no longer enough for her tired eyes. At first, she thought, I probably just need new glasses. But when she went to the doctor, he told her it was the early stages of macular degeneration, a condition more than 11 million Americans are facing. So what's the lesson here? Vision loss isn't just a sign of getting older, as many people assume. It's a reminder that our eyes need care, just like our hearts and our joints. And the wonderful truth is, we can take action. We can start making changes today, simply with the foods that appear on our plates. So, how exactly can food become the silent guardians of your eyesight? The answer begins with something very familiar, a handful of fresh, leafy greens sitting in your shopping basket. 2. Leafy greens. Nature's sunglasses for your eyes. If our eyes are like a camera, then the retina is the precious film inside. And this film is extremely sensitive to blue light and UV rays, silent enemies that accelerate aging. This is where leafy greens step in, acting like nature's sunglasses for your eyes. Spinach, kale, collard greens, all are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of them as filters that block harmful rays, letting only the light your eyes truly need pass through. They also work as protective antioxidants, shielding the retina from free radicals. I remember Robert, 8 from California. He ate mostly red meat and carbs, and almost never touched greens. His vision blurred every time he drove at night, and he even gave up fishing trips with friends because he couldn't see the hook clearly. After his doctor suggested adding salads with kale and spinach into his meals, he noticed a big difference just months later. Now, he said with a smile, I can read the morning paper without a magnifying glass again. The lesson is simple but powerful. Leafy greens don't just keep your digestion healthy, they're the bodyguards of your eyesight. Just 1 cup of greens a day can hand your eyes a shield against aging. And if green is nature's filter, then the bright orange of carrots is nature's light source, keeping your vision sharp and clear. Let's discover that next. 3. Carrots and orange veggies, the vitamin A connection. When we were kids, many of us heard our parents say, eat your carrots so you'll see in the dark. It sounded like a myth, but science has proven there's truth to it. Carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, all are packed with beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. And vitamin A is essential for keeping the cornea, the clear front window of the eye, healthy. Without it, eyes can dry out, vision becomes blurry, and over time, blindness can even occur. I think of William, 72, from Texas. Driving at night became a real struggle for him. Headlights from oncoming cars made him squint, and the road seemed less clear than it used to. After his doctor recommended more beta-carotene-rich foods, William began adding steamed carrots, pumpkin soup, and baked sweet potatoes to his dinners. Within a few months, his dry eyes eased, and his night vision noticeably improved. With joy, he shared, "I can drive to my daughter's house at night again without getting lost." So here's the takeaway. Orange-colored foods aren't just pretty on the plate. They're nature's sign that they're good for your eyes. But remember, to absorb beta-carotene properly, pair it with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. That way, your eyes get the full benefit. And if leafy greens are the sunglasses and carrots are the light source, then another food acts as the delivery vehicle, transporting these nutrients straight to your retina. That food is none other than the golden eggs we often keep in our kitchen. 4. Eggs, the simple superfood seniors overlook. There's a food so common we often overlook it, or worse, throw away the best part. That food is the egg. Many people think of eggs as just a cheap protein source. But the truth is, the yolk is a treasure chest for your eyes. It's loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, the antioxidants that protect your retina, along with zinc, the mineral that helps deliver vitamin A where your eyes need it most. Eating whole eggs regularly doesn't just support your vision, it slows down age-related eye decline. Take Susan, 70, from Ohio. For years, she only ate egg whites, throwing away the yolks out of fear of cholesterol. But as time went on, she noticed her eyes becoming dry and blurry, especially while reading. After her eye doctor explained that the yolk contained exactly what her eyes were missing, she began eating whole eggs 3 to 4 times a week. Just weeks later, she happily shared that her eyes felt less strained, and she could knit for hours again without taking long breaks. The lesson here? Sometimes the most valuable part is the one we're discarding. Egg yolks aren't the enemy. They're silent friends of your vision. And if eggs are the golden treasure we've been overlooking, then fatty fish are like a natural lubricant for our eyes, keeping them moist, nourished, and healthy. Let's dive into that next. 5. Fatty fish. Omega-3 for dry eyes and retina health. Have you ever felt your eyes burning, as if there were grains of sand inside? Many people think that's just aging or the weather, but in reality, it often comes from a lack of a very special fat, omega-3s. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are rich in DHA, a form of omega-3 that actually makes up the structure of your retina. When your body lacks DHA, your eyes can become dry, tired, and over time, lose their natural protection. But when you add fatty fish regularly, your eyes get their own natural lubricant, reducing dryness, calming inflammation, and keeping vision sharp. I think of Daniel, 66, from Seattle. He was once a music teacher, but had to stop teaching because his eyes were always dry and he couldn't focus on reading sheet music. Instead of relying only on eye drops, he followed his nutritionist's advice and began adding grilled salmon and canned sardines to his meals 2 to 3 times a week. Just a few months later, he noticed a remarkable difference. Less dryness, clearer vision, and most importantly, the joy of playing piano with his students returned. The lesson is clear. Not every solution comes from a pill. Sometimes, a small change in your plate, a few slices of salmon, or even a can of sardines can make a huge difference. And if fatty fish are the natural lubricant for your eyes, then nuts and seeds are the antioxidant shield, protecting your vision from the silent attack of free radicals. Let's explore that next. 6. Nuts and seeds, the antioxidant shield. Every day, our eyes battle light, dust, and strain. But their most dangerous enemy is invisible. Free radicals. Tiny, unstable molecules that damage retinal cells and speed up aging. So how do we protect our eyes from this silent attack? The answer lies in small but mighty foods. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. What they all share is high amounts of vitamin E and healthy fats. Vitamin E acts like a shield, neutralizing free radicals before they can harm your cells. Meanwhile, those good fats nourish eye cells, keeping them flexible and strong. Studies even show that people who get enough vitamin E have a lower risk of developing cataracts compared to those who don't. I think of Linda, 69, from Michigan. She loved snacking on sweets and potato chips in the afternoons, but over time, she noticed her eyes tiring quickly, especially when sewing. After a nutrition consult, she replaced her cookies with a handful of almonds and started adding chia seeds to her morning milk. Just a few months later, she happily shared that her eyes felt less strained, and as a bonus, her skin looked brighter too. The small lesson here is simple. Swapping a sugary snack for a handful of nuts doesn't just help your heart. It also gives your eyes a powerful antioxidant shield. And if nuts and seeds are the shield, then colorful fruits are the fresh energy that keeps your eyes thriving every single day. Let's discover that next. 7. Colorful fruits, vitamin C, and the rainbow rule. When we think of fruit, we picture sweetness and bright colors. But behind those colors lies a treasure chest of nutrition for your eyes, especially vitamin C. Vitamin C doesn't just boost your immune system. It acts as the natural glue that keeps tiny blood vessels in your eyes strong. It's also a powerful antioxidant, protecting against cataracts, one of the most common causes of vision loss in older adults. I remember George, 74, from Florida. He loved playing golf, but harsh sunlight and weakening eyes forced him to give it up. On his doctor's advice, he began eating oranges every morning, adding kiwi to his lunchtime salad, and occasionally enjoying a strawberry smoothie. After 6 months, he proudly shared that his eyes felt less sensitive to sunlight, and he was back on the golf course with his friends. The takeaway is clear. Colorful fruits don't just brighten your plate. They're nature's reminder to eat a variety of nutrients. Follow the rainbow rule. Choose at least 5 different colors of fruit each day. The more colors, the stronger your eye protection. And if vitamin C is the glue that keeps your eye vessels strong, then zinc in beans and legumes is the guide in the dark, helping you see clearly when night falls. That's where we're heading next. 8. Beans and legumes. Zinc for night vision. Have you ever struggled to see clearly while driving at night, or felt like the streetlights were blurrier than before? One possible reason is a lack of zinc, a mineral essential for your eyes to adjust in the dark. Zinc acts as the guide for vitamin A, delivering it to the retina so it can produce rhodopsin, a protein crucial for night vision. Without enough zinc, the eyes struggle to adapt to low light, leading to night blindness, a condition many older adults experience. The good news is, you don't have to look far for zinc. It's right there in familiar foods like lentils, black beans, green beans, and chickpeas. Just a bowl of bean stew or a simple lentil salad can serve as a natural remedy for clearer night vision. I think of Margaret, son from New York. She used to avoid going out at night because headlights from oncoming cars made her anxious and driving stressful. But after adding lentils and chickpeas to her weekly meals, within a few months she noticed her eyes adjusting better in the dark. With a smile, she said, "Now I can drive to my daughter's house at night without feeling nervous." The lesson here is simple. Sometimes the solution isn't inexpensive foods or costly medicine, but in something as humble as a bowl of beans at the family table. And if zinc from beans is the guide in the dark, then beyond food, our eyes also need healthy daily habits to be fully protected. Let's uncover that in the next part. 9. The missing piece. Habits beyond food. Food lays the foundation for healthy eyes, but nutrition alone is not enough. Just like a garden needs more than soil and water, it needs sunlight, air, and care. Our eyes also depend on daily habits, the missing piece that keeps vision strong. One of the most important habits is getting enough sleep. During rest, the eyes recover and repair. Without it, they become dry, blurry, and more vulnerable to pressure-related problems like glaucoma. Another key habit is protecting your eyes from blue light, the glow from phones, computers, and TVs. Research shows that long-term exposure to blue light can damage the retina. I remember Patrick, 67, from California. He often stayed up late watching TV and scrolling on his phone in bed. The next morning, his eyes were red, burning, and blurry. After hearing his doctor's advice, he made changes, turning off screens earlier, going to bed before 11 p.m., and wearing blue light-blocking glasses when using his computer. Within weeks, he noticed less eye strain, deeper sleep, and a fresher mind. The lesson is clear. Our eyes need more than food. They need rest and protection. Small adjustments in daily habits can make a big difference. And once we've nourished our eyes with food and cared for them with habits, the final step is learning to truly cherish our vision, because preserving our sight means preserving our memories and the precious moments of life. That's the message I want to share in our final chapter. 10. Final lesson. Invest in your eyes. Invest in your life. Our eyes don't just let us see the world. They are the bridge that connects us more deeply with the people we love. A warm glance, a grandchild's smile, all of it passes through the eyes straight into the heart. Together, we've explored 10 foods and a few powerful habits that protect vision. From leafy greens, the natural sunglasses, to carrots, eggs, fatty fish, rainbow-colored fruits, nuts, and beans, each humble food carries the power to keep your eyes healthier and brighter every single day. I think of Alice, 5 from Arizona. She once felt sad because she could no longer read the handwritten letters her granddaughter sent from college. But after steadily changing her diet, adding salmon, fresh greens, and fruits, while also sleeping better and cutting back on screen time at night, she saw a real difference. Now she not only reads those letters with joy, but has even returned to her passion for painting, something she thought she had lost forever. The lesson is this: investing in your eyes is investing in your life. Bright vision means being able to keep seeing the faces of loved ones, the colors of nature, and the memories you wish to hold on to. So here's my message before we close. Start with one small change today: a bowl of greens, a golden egg, or simply turning off your screen a little earlier tonight. These small steps add up to a priceless gift, the gift of clear vision and a fuller, richer life. Now I'd love to hear from you. Out of the 10 foods and habits we shared today, which one will you begin with? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe so we can continue this journey of health together.